Diner move April 21st, 2017, and with funding and design changes getting back on track, we are now starting the Harper family courtyard, which is a big sponsor of both the diner and the courtyard. And we're going to be starting to work on getting the exterior of the diner in shape. What that's going to involve is taking off these panels that you see, replacing the wood underneath, and we're going to replace everything as you see it. There is a focus to keep it as authentic as humanly possible so that it'll be a nice destination. Unfortunately, because of it being allowed to sit out in the elements, plus our friends Mr. Termite, a lot of the wood is either dry rotted or insect destroyed. Fortunately, these panels just pop off, and we're going to figure out how we can insulate and then put womanized wood in behind it. The wood itself does not support the diner. It's more of a cage system consisting of channel, steel, and paneling in there. We took off these pieces the other day and took a look underneath, and it's pretty sad shape, but we've got the right people on board now, and we'll be starting soon. Walking inside, you can see that we have pretty much a blank slate to start redoing the inside in a mid-century setup, including replacing the flooring, redoing the ceiling, window blinds. We have to replace the curved glass here, which is actually just plexiglass right now. Some of the stainless steel we're going to have to replace because it can't be cleaned. But we have a 14 by 38 space to use for our refreshment area that we're going to start designing it for good traffic flow. May 25th, I'm on top of the roof of the diner. When we moved it, we had to cover these vent holes, and we didn't put something more permanent on for a long time, and now we have a wet ceiling underneath, so we'll be working on that. Because the ceiling has gotten so wet, we have to literally pull down the panels and let everything dry out, and we'll assess the wood and re-insulate before we put paneling back up.
I'll tell you, be careful walking out of here because I've already slipped.
No, I did that first.
The leaking roof means we had to pull down all the paneling, expose the wood so it can dry out.
Plus you're going to be...
This is day 2, another 2.5 hours or so to finish cleaning up the condition of the ceiling and expose a different era of the bulkhead. We're now going to dry everything out and start working on what we want the ceiling to look like. Courtyard is starting to shape up too. They're going to put in fill, concrete this. We still need to lower the diner into place and replace some beams and get it all lined up. This is June 2nd. It's It's nice when you pull down an old facade and find a gem underneath. They pretty much preserved the stainless back wall on the diner. Awesome. We managed to get all the 2x4s out of there. It's the old doorway, and it exposed this beautiful Art Deco style stainless that we're hoping to make more of a showpiece in the design. Today the contractor removed these tall beams from underneath the diner because they were higher than the other ones and replaced them with the same size. What we're going to be doing next is bringing the diner out to the edge of the concrete into its final resting place this week, and then we'll be building out from the wall of the lamp for additional space. So this is a huge move toward the next step, which is working with the outside skin of the diner and doing some other ADA requirements.
Absolutely.
Today's June 9th, and we have removed 80% of the bulkhead to expose some additional problems we have to deal with. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to rebuild this and maybe incorporate our heating ventilation system into it. July 8th, we are attempting to remove the ductwork to open this up for the contractors so they know what kind of wood they have to replace. You can start on the ceiling. This red backing on here temporarily is a, obviously you can see it's styrofoam and stucco. We're going to try to cut that away with a circular saw so we can expose the back and start working on that as well. This whole area will probably have to be replaced or fixed. It's all rotten. This is the ductwork we need to remove. This morning we got one of them out. Literally had to cut them away. There's still a hole that goes up to the roof that we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with it. Trying to remove the other ductwork tonight. Okay, we're officially now down to the bones of the diner. And they look like pretty good bones. Amazing carpentry construction. All we have to do is rebuild it. This is July 11th. Today is July 17th, and what we've done is taking care of the wood around the edge of the diner, as we're going to run concrete up to it rather than trying to rebuild the rotten wood. Then we will raise up the concrete to the bottom of the red area. They very carefully preserve the metal going down. And as I said, the courtyard is going to butt up to the top of the wood. They even were able to take care of the curved section with wood. It's nice to see progress. You're getting an initial look at the extension that we're going to build beyond the diner that will afford us additional coverage area and allow people to go into the diner for refreshments, come back out, and then go in through the double doors back into the Lamp Theater. Things are starting to really come together now. July 28th, this is the extension off of the diner that will lead back into the Lamp. They're getting the foundation built. We'll have an extended stainless roof to blend in with the look of the diner. One of the things we have to deal with here, and I removed a panel to show you, is they're nailed to, wood sections here that of course have rotted over time. So somehow we need to replace that before we put the skin back on. This particular side of the diner is going to get rebuilt completely because this door isn't wide enough. We're going to retrofit something else in here, probably put automatic doors in, and then retain as much of the look as we can. Another new challenge is we have to remove this styrofoam backing off the back of the diner, and we thought we'd be able to cut it and remove it fairly easy, but once you got in some way on it, it's glued very well to drywall, so we have to figure something else out as far as how we're going to remove it. July 28th. There's one panel along the wall that isn't hard plaster that I removed to try to expose what's behind most of the lower wall. And it's almost like it's poured concrete out to the wood. So I don't know, it's something that we'd want to tear out of there and start over with insulation or not.